Hey there, friends. Welcome to my second composition notebook art journal series. This is part 2, Flat Squirrels. Is that an intriguing title? Don't you want to know what flat squirrels are all about? Well, you're going to find out. So I'm going to do my composition art journal a little bit differently this time than I did the first time. So instead of prepping all the pages and gluing pages back to back, I'm just going to kind of go along as I go along. So I might go more sequentially. I want to just leave myself the option to start with a blank page in case I got inspired to do something from scratch, and it would afford me that opportunity. I do like having some pages prepped, so maybe I'll do, prep a few pages and leave them, and that way I can skip around and skip ahead if I want a blank page. I don't know. I am really not going to make any rules for myself because, art journaling is all about just having fun and being creative and letting those creative muscles, get a workout. So I love using an old credit card to smush and smear paint around on a page. It's very satisfying. There's a lot of things that are very satisfying. Playing with paint is definitely one of them. One thing to keep in mind, though, is the more that you play around with it, the more the colors are going to just start to blend in together. So if you want to kind of keep distinct areas of color, you have to be kind of strategic about it. So I had dried it with a hairdryer and left it open, and I thought it was mostly dry, and I put these pages in there because I weighed it down to flatten this page. See that my play, it was really curling. So anyway, so now I'm coming back to work on the next layer of this page after I've let it rest overnight. And I have no plan so far, so I'm just going to start with some doodles, some floral doodles with a black marker. I think my plan at this point is to just use black and white as the main contrast of the page. So now it's time to add some of my sentiments to the page. I'm writing, be decisive. And when you're doing lettering, sometimes an easy way to make it look kind of interesting is to vary the height and the size and alternate between capital and lowercase. So my quote is, "The road of life is paved with flat squirrels who couldn't make a decision." I have nothing against squirrels. It's a metaphor, I assure you. I try to avoid squirrels all the time. Although there was this squirrel near my house that I swear played chicken. I guess maybe playing squirrel would be a better term instead of playing chicken, because I swear every time I drove past it, it would change its mind and go in different directions. And I was always holding my breath thinking I was going to hit it. And then one day I drove by and somebody else had hit him. And he was no more, and it was sad. But, it was like, what is that, natural selection? He was not a very intelligent squirrel. But anyway, I digress. Sometimes I have a hard time making decisions, and my daughter's the same way, and I counsel her as I've counseled myself. You have to kind of rate the risk of making a decision, like a 10 being, this will determine life or death. My future, something, who to marry, or like just it's a big decision. Should I move to another state? And then there are like level 1 decisions, like should I choose the blue marker or the black marker? It doesn't really matter. Anyway, I paused and showed you the marker here. This is a zig marker. I have mentioned it before. I think I have had this since right after I got married, or possibly when I started scrapbooking when my kids, who are 18, were really little. So it's either like 18 years old or like 23 years old. I don't know. It's super old, and it is like the eternal black ink. I do not know where this miraculous source comes from, but it has never run out of ink, and it's crazy. At least on the fat side. The skinny side is, I think, is a little bit dry. But anyway, so when this thing kicks the bucket, I am gonna look up zig markers and get another one because it's pretty amazing. And it's a pigment ink. Yeah. So I am just varying depths of the lines, or the widths of the lines. So that adds a little bit of dimension, and to your writing as well, to your words. If you add a little bit more width to part of the letters, you're kind of creating your own font. So it's very unique. So I just remembered that I ordered some Posca markers in 3 different sizes. So I'm trying out, this is the smallest size, and I love it. Finding a fine tip white marker is quite a challenge. So this fine tip Posca marker is definitely doing its job. And so black and white just offers contrast to colors. I love it with bright colors. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed watching my process and that you're inspired to go make some art, and don't be like a flat squirrel.